High income ETFs have completely transformed the entire investing landscape over the last few years. And if you've been watching this channel, you know we talk a lot about covered call ETFs. These are investments that sell call options on their underlying holdings to generate premium income, which is then distributed to investors as a dividend yield. Now, usually investments that are the most favorable are those that have the highest dividend yields. But the key here is that you need an income generating instrument that has longevity. You want to make sure that it generates consistent and reliable income over many years, otherwise it is useless. And so this means you have to consider growth. But you'll also find that growth is often sacrificed in order to provide income. So it's almost like an inverse relation. And the perfect examples are passive dividend ETFs and high income ETFs. High income ETFs have much higher dividend yields than passive dividend ETFs. However, these yields are a direct result of sacrificing a lot more capital appreciation. And you can see exactly what I mean when you look at their overall return charts. Sacrificing growth will always underperform in the long run, especially in a bull market, because these ETFs cap growth potential for income. Now, on the other hand, passive dividend ETFs like SCHD and VYM only provide yields between 2 to 3% and mainly rely on their growth ability to provide returns. But after a lot of comparison, I've noticed another problem. You see, high income ETFs tend to have much less volatility when compared to passive dividend ETFs. And that is because the frequent high income distributions compensate for the price fluctuations very well. And you can see it right here. That is also why their beta values are much lower. So it's almost like these two forms of income investments are on two opposite sides of the spectrum and both leaning towards the extremes. So the question is there an investment that combines the best attributes of both into one, creating that sweet spot for dividend investors and retirees? A spot where the dividend income is strong, high enough to be used as a reliable source of income, and can be a tool to minimize volatility like a high income ETF, but also provides substantial capital appreciation like a passive ETF so that it can work hand in hand with its high dividend yield to provide substantial compounding growth. And this brings me to DIVO, which is the Amplify CWP Enhanced Dividend Income ETF. Now, before we continue, I have to mention that I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. This video is for educational purposes only and reflects my own research. Most importantly, past performance does not guarantee future results, and investing involves significant risk and potential loss of capital. So always consult a financial professional. Now, I've always regarded this ETF as one of the top dividend ETFs in the market, but recently they've made some major changes that have actually strengthened my buy rating even further. The biggest shift is in the fund's distribution strategy. They've increased the dividend yield by roughly 50%, moving from an average of around 4.5% to now roughly 6.5 to 7%. And in my opinion, this could boost the ETF's popularity even further. What this does is position the fund more directly toward income-focused investors while still maintaining that balance between growth and income. The fund currently manages over $6 billion in assets, and what's interesting is that since the increase in dividend distributions, we have seen a noticeable surge in inflows. But it's not just the yield driving that, it's also the fund's performance. Over the past year, the ETF has actually outperformed the S&P 500, and over the past 3 years, it has outpaced traditional dividend ETFs and even high-income strategies like JEPI. Now, in the current market environment, with oil prices rising, we've seen ETFs with heavier energy exposure like SCHD capture stronger upside momentum. DIVO, on the other hand, captured some of that move, but it hasn't kept the same pace. Now, instead of adding another ETF to try and capture that energy-driven momentum where you're buying hundreds of positions and many of which could overlap with DIVO, what if you could simply complement it with a few high-quality individual stocks to fill in the gaps? Remember, you're still staying within the value framework. That is exactly where tools like Investing Pro, powered by investing.com, comes in. One of the most unique features of ProPix AI is its momentum-based portfolios that are targeted to specific sectors. For example, they have a dedicated energy elite portfolio, and historically, over the last 5 years, this AI-driven strategy has returned over 450%. And when you scroll down to the individual holdings, you can see the returns of stocks like PBF Energy, which is up 51% since it was added, or Transocean Energy, which is up 32% since it was added back at the beginning of February. Now, of course, past performance is not a guarantee of future results, and this is not financial advice. It's not just energy. They have multiple strategies across various sectors. For example, the Tech Titans portfolio is up almost 40% over the last year, while the S&P 500 is up around 13%. Right now, they are running a flash sale where you can get up to a 55% discount. And if you use my link in the description, you can stack an extra 15% off on top of that. This sale is only for a limited time, so if you've been thinking about upgrading your research tools, this is a great time to grab Investing Pro at the lowest price available. And you get in-depth, data-backed analysis through their Pro Research tab. And beyond the portfolios, the platform is loaded with features. You can track hedge fund positions from investors like Warren Buffett and Bill Ackman, use advanced stock filters, and even access powerful valuation models. So if you're interested, click the link down below for 55% off plus that extra 15%. DIVO was established in December of 2016, so we now have close to a decade of historical performance. That is a huge advantage, especially when you compare it to many high-income ETFs that simply don't have that kind of track record. And what really stands out to me is its consistency, because historically this fund either moves up or holds steady. And more importantly, it's done a strong job protecting capital during major sell-offs like the 2022 bear market and the April 2025 correction. And this is all due to its unique strategy and growing dividends, which I'll talk about in just a second. Now, of course, like I said, the ETF is sacrificing capital appreciation for the higher yield. That is why when you look at the fund's price return since inception, you see that it is underperforming SCHD. But if you compare it to a fund like JEPI, then you're getting much better capital appreciation, essentially sitting in this sweet spot with strong growth and a strong dividend yield. This is actually very tax efficient, and I'll explain that in just a second. But going back to its dividend yield, probably one of the most important attributes of this ETF is that its dividend yield is distributed on a monthly basis as opposed to a quarterly basis, which gives investors the ability to capitalize on the compounding effect by reinvesting every month. And on top of that, the frequent distribution helps minimize the fund's volatility much better than passive dividend ETFs. And this for me kind of takes it to the next level. You can clearly see that DIVO's betas is almost perfectly in the middle of SCHD and JEPI, showcasing a good mix of a high-income ETF and a passive dividend ETF. And for those that don't know, beta simply represents the volatility of an asset relative to the overall market. The closer the value is to zero, the less volatile it is. You can see that on a downward trend, this ETF resembles a high-income ETF like JEPI, but on the uptrend, it embodies more of a passive ETF like DGRO. When you look at the fund's overall performance in the bear market of 2022 and compare it side by side with SCHD and the S&P 500, you can see that it was able to provide superior returns, losing only 1% in value versus SCHD, which lost around 4%. And the superior dividend yield of DIVO is what gives it that extra edge in a bear market. All right, so how does this fund work? DIVO is an actively managed ETF that provides income by selecting stocks from the S&P 500 index and at the same time uses a tactical call writing strategy. This means that the fund manager is actively deciding which stocks are best suited to write covered calls on. So they don't sell calls on broad indexes like the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ 100, where the calls would cap the growth potential of every holding. Instead, they are very selective, which in turn helps with the fund's growth ability. And I love this about the fund. The fund aims to generate 4 to 7% annual gross income from two sources: natural dividends and option premiums. And this is where the fund's tax efficiency comes into light. The fund is using a combination of both qualified and non-qualified dividends, where 2 to 3% is qualified and 3 to 4% is non-qualified. So what this means is half of the income is qualified and is taxed as capital gains, while the other half is non-qualified and is taxed as regular income. But here's what's really interesting. Of that non-qualified portion, which is generated from its covered call strategy, around 50% of it is considered return of capital. And you can see that when you look at the fund's tax information. This is a little bit complicated, so I'll cover it in another video. But what that means is that half of the covered call income is tax deferred and is eventually taxed as long-term capital gains. Return of capital dividends is a classification of dividends that high-income ETFs use in order to make their dividend distributions more tax efficient. So this is a lot more tax efficient compared to an ETF that strictly provides non-qualified dividends. Of course, if you're investing in a Roth IRA, then this doesn't matter because all gains and dividends are not taxed. Now, the manager writes short-term covered call options using only 20% of the fund's assets, while the remaining 80% is left to appreciate in value like a regular passive ETF. What's really important is that the fund has an emphasis on owning high-quality, large-cap companies with historical dividend growth and earnings growth. And this is where you need to pay very close attention. Strong earnings growth is a key attribute that is giving this ETF the ability to appreciate so well. There is a 100% correlation between the company's growth potential and earnings growth. But stocks with strong earnings growth don't necessarily have high dividend yields. However, DIVO doesn't need to focus on that because the option strategy can compensate for the stocks that have low yields. This is so important and is an attribute that I feel puts this ETF above many passive ETFs, including SCHD. SCHD does not use earnings growth as a stock picking criteria. Instead, it uses something called IAD yield, which focuses on stocks with the highest dividend yield. And this is how SCHD tries to provide its dividend yield. And I've said this time and time again, but this actually works against the ETF because it disregards some very powerful stocks with substantial dividend growth, strictly because they may have a low dividend yield. But DIVO doesn't have this problem, so it can focus on very strong momentum stocks. And that is why since 2023, DIVO has been able to crush SCHD in total returns because it was able to focus on stocks with very powerful earnings growth, which, as we all know, was concentrated in the tech sector. Okay, so now we have to talk about this fund's major benefits and downfalls. The biggest benefit, apart from its ability to grow and mitigate risk so well, is consistency. As mentioned before, the fund is using a combination of both qualified and non-qualified dividends at almost an even split. And the part that is qualified will always be there. So at no point will the dividend yield fluctuate by any significant amount. Now, the problem with call writing strategies is that the premium income is heavily influenced by volatility. And I did highlight this in one of my previous videos, where I explained the reason behind the heavy fluctuation in dividend yield of covered call ETFs like JEPI. So this consistency in dividend yield gives investors that peace of mind knowing that majority of the time their dividend yield is going to be around 5%. You're getting a fund that is able to provide more returns, mitigate risk better, and is able to provide a more frequent and higher source of income, which also helps minimize volatility. Now, there's also concentration risk. This fund only holds around 30 individual assets, which is highly concentrated, and the percentage of assets in its top 10 holdings is more than 60%. But I do think that this is more of an advantage for the ETF because it allows it to grow without over-diversification dragging its performance. Overall, DIVO is a very unique fund that uses a combination of qualified and non-qualified dividends, accompanied with a monthly distribution, and its ability to appreciate in value. You have a very attractive financial instrument for income investors, retirees, and growth investors. If this ETF was a little bit cheaper to own, I am very confident that by now they would have upwards of $10 to $20 billion of assets under management. And that is all for this one. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.